Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Joe Allam. I am a travel photographer based in London. Currently I'm in Tokyo and I've just got 2 days left of a very long trip here. We've been out here for around 4 months or so, been filming an awful lot, even did a trip to America in between. And all of that content is coming soon. But before that, I thought I'd run through what's in my camera bag and all of the gear that I've kind of brought with us on this trip for the most part. I'm going to keep mentioning we, by the way, because I do travel with Ellie. Ellie is currently behind the camera, and she's going to be doing some of the B-roll stuff as well. So of course, let's start with the bag itself. This is the Lowepro ProTactic 450 AW BP Mark II. Whoa, what a mouthful. So yeah, this is the Mark II of the previous backpack I had, which was the ProTactic one. That, I have to say, is the only bag I've ever had for camera equipment that I have never complained about. That is a sign of a good bag. So Lowepro reached out to me and they said, do you want the upgraded one? And I was like, yeah, of course. So this is the upgraded one. There's only a few differences to it. I'd say it's just refinements, really. Yeah, it's a great bag. I love it. So, it's pretty heavy when it's full, by the way. I'd say when we travel and I use it as my carry-on, I'm usually pushing it around 11, 12 kilos or so when it's got my Mac in there as well. Of course, I don't travel everywhere on the day-to-day with all of the equipment. This is just kind of like the max gear I carry on the plane going between locations. So the video you're currently watching is being filmed with the Panasonic Lumix GH5S. Now this is a camera that has been loaned to me from Panasonic. They're a current sponsor of the channel and it's been great having two cameras to go about filming. This is the camera that Ellie has been carrying and using kind of primarily as, I guess, like the B-roll cam and if we're doing nighttime stuff, because this is amazing in low light. But for me, my main vlogging camera, which sits in the top of my camera bag, is the Panasonic GH5. Currently, this has got the 42.5mm Nocticron 1.2 lens. This actually usually sits on the GH5S. The lens currently on the GH5S is the 12-60 2.8-4. As a combination, using the 12-60 and the GH5, the stability is incredible. Honestly, the most stable camera I have ever used handheld. It's perfect for vlogging. The ergonomics I have zero complaints about. I really enjoy shooting with these cameras. You'll see that I've got this in a cage setup and I use the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus with a wind filter almost permanently on. And we've got a dual audio system. I've actually made a video dedicated entirely to the setup of this and how this dual audio works. But essentially speaking, it allows me to film outwardly, capture audio from the front, use a little flexi mic here to capture audio from behind so you don't get any of that muffled noise. All in a cage so you can just add extra stuff. And so that the strap is on the side rather than on the top getting in the way of the microphone. This is a stellar camera for filmmaking. The only downsides to it are the low light performance is pretty bad and the autofocus can be questionable. But anyway, this is my vlogging camera, flip out screen, it's just great. This sort of grip is a new addition. So previously I used to use the MANFROTTO Pixie, which is kind of like a little bit plasticky and probably not quite up to the right weight grade for this camera. I went through them at a rate of about 1 every 5 months or so. They just kept on flopping out and going weak and stuff. So I've invested about 4 times the price of a Pixie, which I guess in my terms is 2 years worth of Pixies, into this. And I don't actually know how to pronounce this. Kermity Frog. It's this Hey Siri 3T15K. It's an all-metal mini tripod. What I like about it is it's got a quick attachment rather than you know, screwing directly into the tripod thread like the Pixie was. Got a nice ball head on here, but mainly it is a solid camera. There is no flexing or loss of friction with this camera. It can extend out into a regular tripod or even wider with the twist of the grip. Probably the most vital piece of equipment beyond a microphone, because audio in my eyes takes over from my ears, is an ND filter. This is a, I believe, 2 to 8 stop ND. If you don't know what an ND filter is, just think of them like sunglasses for your lens. It just reduces the light that comes in so that you're able to shoot at the correct shutter speeds for video. I've also got this on a MANFROTTO zoom, which is a magnetic filter thread attachment thing, and magnets are just science magic. It's so good. All right, let's run through my photography setup. This is what has changed fundamentally since the last time I did a camera bag video. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know all about my camera equipment, but it's still kind of nice to see it all in one place. If you haven't already subscribed, I would definitely recommend you subscribe if you want to see more photography videos. And all of the stuff in this bag is featured in pretty much every vlog. So I cover a lot of travel related things, but there's always a photography focus. So my camera of choice is this. This is the Fujifilm X-H1. The X-H1 is the first in Fuji's lineup to have inbuilt stabilization. They marketed it as a video focus camera, but for me, it is my photography camera. I do a little bit of video with it, but generally speaking, I use it as a photography camera. In terms of the specs, it is almost identical to the X-T2, almost identical. There's a few improvements on things. Yeah, it's a weird camera because from a marketing perspective, so many people looked over it. They thought, no, I don't want to do video. I don't want video. And they forgot that it's a photography camera first and foremost. And I love it. It's so good. I'm kind of a bit worried that they're going to discontinue it because there are all sorts of rumors and things happening at the moment. It's a bit weird, but as a camera, I couldn't recommend this enough. It's one of the most enjoyable cameras I've ever used, and to me, usability far outweighs any specs of anything. It's all about how you use it, how you connect with it. How does the camera make you feel when you're taking photos? For me, this camera makes me want to go out and take shots, and if it makes me go out and take shots, I'm going to be taking more shots, therefore I will be getting better. The specs of a camera don't make me better, it's the fact that I'm going out shooting more. So this is the X-H1, and I've got the 35mm f2 on here currently. This is a cracking lens. I've got a few different f2 varieties. So we've got the 23mm f2 and the 50mm f2. As a collection, all three of these lenses are superb. They are so sharp. They're also incredibly small. They go all the way to f2, so it's pretty great for, you know, shallower depth of field or nighttime shooting. And one of the best things about these is they are weather resistant. So I feel comfortable using them in rain, in snow, in dusty conditions, coupled with the X-H1, which is Fujifilm's best weather-sealed camera. I feel like I can shoot in pretty much any condition with these. I really do love them. Ever since I fully changed to Fujifilm, I've been kind of following the prime route, except for this lens. This is the 50-140. I can't get enough of this zoom lens. So the 50-140, in terms of lens quality and enjoyment, is definitely up there in terms of the Canon 70-200. It is an amazing lens. It is a stabilized lens. It goes all the way to 2.8. It just covers so many needs. I do street stuff with this. I do sports related things with this sometimes. I do nature things. It just covers so many grounds. Now, there's a camera in here that you guys have absolutely loved on my channel. And that is this. This is the Fujifilm X100F. I've had this camera for just about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. And you guys seem to love it as well. Every single time this is either in the thumbnail, in the title, or just somewhere in the video, that video gets so much more attention. It's actually kind of ridiculous. But anyway, the X100F, this is a fixed lens camera. So it's got a 23mm on here. You can't change it. It has all of the love that Fujifilm provide in all of their cameras. That's one thing I love about Fujifilm as a brand, is you can pick up any of their cameras and they work almost identically. You can just go from camera to camera and it's the same experience. And it's an enjoyable one. It's a really enjoyable experience. I have to be honest, it's kind of been the gateway drug into Fujifilm. Let's speed through the rest of it now because we've got lots of little trinkets in here and we've covered all of the main camera gear. Oh, I forgot, there is one other little camera in here, and that is this guy. This is the DJI OSMO Pocket. This camera has been a game changer. It is phenomenal. It's become a camera that literally sits in my pocket and is able to come out far quicker than any of my other cameras. So for example, when I'm transitioning between locations and I want to get some extra footage on trains, or I just want to do something in a smaller environment, this little camera is 4K and obviously is stabilized because it's on this little gimbal. It's so good. I've got a couple of accessories for it. So at the moment, this is a Polar Pro gimbal lock. I find this is far more useful to use than the regular case that comes with this. This was actually sent to me by Polar Pro, so thanks for that, guys. This is pretty great. And the filter on the front. So I've got a set of 3 different filters. So we've got an ND4, an ND8, and an ND16. And the Polar Pro filters, they are really great quality. Along with the Osmo Pocket, this is the DJI 3.5mm audio adapter. Plugs in as USB-C under the bottom of the camera, but this is a Saramonics mic, and it's kind of like a bendy one. It's an omnidirectional. It could be a little bit fragile, I must be honest there. It's always great to just have decent audio on your video gear. Let's dive into some cleaning stuff. So we've got a standard sensor blower. Everyone should have these in their camera bag. As soon as you're changing lenses, you've got stuff flying onto the sensor. Use this to just blow it off, get your lens on quick. This is a set of lens pens to wipe off the lens itself, or even your EVF. There's like a tiny little one that just gets right into that little viewfinder. You don't realize how dirty your stuff is until you clean it. I got a series of these elasticated red whips from Think Tank. The amount of times these have helped me just rig something to something in a bodged format, but keep it secure. I've got a little Sharpie here. I've got the duct tape just wrapped around, so it's kind of doing 2 jobs in one. You never know when you're going to need duct tape, but likewise, you're so glad to have it when you do need it. This is the Pelly case for memory cards. So this has a few different slots in here for SD cards. So most of my memory cards are kind of in their various cameras at the moment, and I just employ a system of having label facing out when it's empty, label facing in when they're full and need to be imported. I've got a little wrist strap in here from Dispatch. Oh, I should point out, all of the straps that I use on my cameras are from Dispatch. On my X100F, this cord strap is from Dispatch. All of my others, they are all interchangeable with the same adapter. Now, I recently went to Dispatch in San Francisco, met Rich there who created the company, and he's given me a few products to kind of like, you know, just see how they work. It's kind of like just a wrist strap that will just fit into the existing buckle design. I've always been in search of a decent water bottle to carry around with me. This is kind of like a foldable water bottle. But what I liked about it is it's got this really solid cap. It just feels super sturdy. You fill it up with water and it even stands upright. Slotted in here, I've got a couple of rain ponchos, I guess, for my cameras. So these are from Optech. Yeah, you just kind of like slot it over your camera, make a little hole for the eyepiece, and then the eye cup will just kind of slot over, and it just protects from, I'd say, normal rain. You're not going to be using this in a heavy downpour, but for just like normal rain and stuff, you can access everything. So it's just great to have them in my bag because I do love shooting in the rain. The last item in here, this is an Anker power core, I believe. It's about a 10,000 milliampere. Comes in a nice little pouch, and it's just got like a matte finish to it. Just feels solid. In the turret top, this is where I carry this pouch. So I just carry batteries in here for my GH5, Fujifilm cameras. All of my Fujifilms use the same batteries, which is super useful. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, what I like to do is put a loom band around my battery to say when it's charged. It's a very simple but a very quick way of telling which batteries need charging, which ones don't. All right, we're into the final stretch now. So in the lid of the camera bag, we've got a couple of pouches. I carry a collection of postcards. Now I use these postcards kind of the same way that I would use business cards, but as a photographer, I want to show my photos larger. So this is featuring a photo from Kuala Lumpur. You may not be able to see, but there is actually a clear foil stamp on there. I think these are 400 GSM. Here's the kind of interesting one. This is just a Brewdog international passport of beer, bars and stuff. I like beer, drink a lot of beer, go to a lot of Brewdog, get your stamps. In the top pouch, I've just got a few things. I'm not gonna go through all of them because they are literally like the very odd bits and bobs and whatever. Got some Zeiss cleaning lens cloths. Every time I come to Japan, Ellie's grandpa gives me a handful of them. Although, this time he hasn't. Maybe it's because he knows that I've still got hundreds of them. Further to that, in the top, I have this. This is my Fujifilm Professional Services membership card. You can get expedited service if anything ever goes wrong. And of course, the biggest thing that's not in this camera bag, but is like totally vital, is insurance. If anyone's interested, I use Hiscox Insurance. They are a business insurance provider, and they seem to work quite well for my needs. They're not a photography specific one, but really, honestly, look into insurance for your camera gear. It just gives you so much peace of mind knowing that your tools are protected. In the top bit there, there's just other crap. Let's zip out the back. So what's nice about this bag is we've got some strapping attachments here that can go into the webbing. In the side there is a space for a tripod. I rarely carry a tripod. What I do carry with me is a MANFROTTO super clamp and magic arm setup. Again, I've made another video on that, and I use that for my time lapses and things. It's so much smaller than a tripod, and it can clip and clamp everywhere. In this side compartment, I just carry an empty tote bag. You never know if you're gonna get caught out having to do grocery shopping on the way home from a shoot or something like that. You don't want to use plastic bags, just carry a tote bag with you. And of course, it's not just for groceries. You may need it for, I don't know, like wet clothes or something else. Around the other side, I forgot this was in here. I've got a knife, fork and spoon. These have been in here since the trip to Hawaii because I found out before that Hawaii is terrible for single-use cutlery. Nah, don't want that. Likewise, a metal straw. Useful to have. This is a new addition. So this is the multi-tool, I believe it's called, from SmallRig, designed for filmmakers. This has a variety of hex tools, flat screwdriver, but in a very wide format, which is perfect for those tripod plates that go on the bottom, and of course a regular Phillips head screwdriver. So far, it's been very useful. And in here, dun dun dun, just carry a little keep cup. I really love coffee. That's what I use. This is a lens skirt. I use this to stick onto the windows of like skyscrapers or whatever when I'm shooting out of them doing time lapses. It allows you to get reflection-free shots. There are two more items that I travel with in my suitcase, and they come with me occasionally. The first of which is the DJI Mavic Pro Platinum. I've got the Fly More combo kit. I've flown it a handful of times. The restrictions on drone flying are just getting tighter and tighter. There are less places that you can fly it legally. Likewise, flying it responsibly. I'm not the type of person to fly it over a city. Whether there are laws that tell you you can or can't, I'm just not gonna fly it over loads of people. I just don't think that's a good idea. Again, I bought a series of Polar Pro filters for this, ND 32, 16, 8, and then 16, 8, and 4 with a polarizer as well. For those of you who are gonna ask where the labels are from, these are using a Dymo label maker. It's just kind of like a clicky-clacky label making machine. This is the DJI Ronin S. I have to say, this is probably the best single grip stabilizer on the market, hands down. It does come at a cost though, because it is a heavy item. So again, I don't carry it with me all the time. I usually transport it using my main suitcase luggage. I just keep thinking of more things to feature in this video, by the way. And it's also just occurred to me that I've not talked about the audio in this video. So I'm currently using the Sennheiser AVX MKE2 microphone, which is a wireless setup. That's currently running through a Mix Pre 3, and that is doing my audio recording off scene. That was actually given to me from Sound Devices as like a review unit, and I've been doing a lot of testing over the last year, and I'm hoping to share a lot of my thoughts on what I've learned with audio production in a video soon. So if you are interested in that, then make sure you do subscribe, and let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. And the light that I've got off the side of the camera is an LED from Aperture. It's incredibly bright. It's sometimes too bright. In fact, I've actually got it triple diffused at the moment, and I just looked right at it and it's really bright now. Okay, I'm looking around. I think I've covered everything. So I appreciate this has been a long video, and I appreciate there's been a lot of gear mentioned here. First of all, don't ever think that you need all of this gear to make stuff from the very start. A lot of this has been acquired over a considerably long time, and over time I've kind of fine-tuned my preferences on things. With that being said, don't feel like you need to buy all of this stuff to make the things. You know, first and foremost is your enjoyment, your passion. So go for things that bring the usability, that make you enjoy the work that you're creating. Alongside the blog, I also have a kit.com profile. You can go and follow me there. I post a lot of these gear setups and things. You can go and see all of my equipment. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to check out my t-shirts, by the way, I've been wearing this throughout the whole thing. There's still a few days left to get your hands on these. This is all about art in the heart and making the work that you are passionate about. All right, so check out all the links in the description. Some of those are affiliated. They help support the channel if you do click through them, and I appreciate you doing that. And yeah, that's everything from me. Thanks for watching. I will see you in another video soon. See you later. Bye-bye.